One of the things I want to talk about, right? And it was on the sheet yesterday, and we're going to get to it now. The Hall of Fame, right? The Hall of Fame. For the Baseball Hall of Fame had just announced, and I saw on Twitter, and if you follow Darren McCarty 4 on Twitter, I resent Scott Rowland, third baseman, World Series champion. I believe he has MVP. The fact that he was inducted, but they showed, and this is pretty cool because he's got to be around my age, probably in the late 40s, early 50s, right? And they showed a video of him going home to his parents who are still alive and telling them that they made the Hall of Fame, and his dad, who's older, is in a walker. But man, that just got me right in the feels, just about how it takes that's the end of the journey of, years and years and years and the sacrifice. So everybody out there who puts into anybody else, and it's not about being a Hall of Famer and stuff like that. It's about being, a good human, compassionate human being. But I thought that was good. But the bad part of it, God damn it. What's a bigger snub for the Hall of Fame, the Baseball Hall of Fame? Lou Whitaker or the Hockey Hall of Fame, Chris Osgood? Because I think that we get slapped fuck in the face in this town when it comes to these two guys, right? And I'm not saying be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I was fine with that. But gosh darn it, man, isn't it time? And it's a freaking joke. The numbers are the numbers, Sam. If I was going to ask, so you're so that means that you, the legend killer, obviously don't think that they both should be in the Hall of Fame. But let me ask you, does one of them at least deserve to be in the Hall of Fame in your opinion?
If there was a bigger snub, and for the record, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. It's just
then what was that? What was that tone?
That was tone.
That was pure tone.
Yeah. I am looking at it as they're not in the Hall of Fame. Why is that? It's not just because everybody just hates Detroit.
Oh God.
There's got to be a reason. And I'm not saying it's a good reason. I'm just saying there's got to be a reason. I know
it's a bad reason that needs to change.
The bigger snub to me is Chris Osgood. Because Chris Osgood, I don't think wins are necessarily a goalie
Good
stat.
business, Jay. Did you see that? In wrestling, we call that, you just did some really good business with me right there.
Yeah.
You just took me out of the death and whatever. You saved me from hitting you with the chair.
Yeah.
Very well. Sorry to interrupt.
It's
Continue.
all right. I don't think wins are necessarily a goalie stat like wins aren't a quarterback stat. He benefited a lot from playing on really damn good teams, but he does have over 400 of them. That can't be taken away. The reason, though, why...
But it is. They take it away from him. It's irrelevant, obviously. You tell me it's relevant, but then it's not.
No, I'm just saying that when it comes to all-time save percentage, it's not as kind to Chris Osgood. And I'm not saying that should carry all the weight, but he's 87th.
I forgot stats.
And
he's what?
87th all-time in save percentage. That's not good. In regular season save percentage.
It's winning. It's cops. Who cares? You look at Grant Fuhrs.
But I know. And that's a great point.
Look at the older one. I get it. I'm not. Don't mean to argue. You're just bringing up things. I'm not yelling at you. You're bringing up why you're saying DMAC. This is what the people who are voting are looking at. But explain to me how that even matters. Right? Because it's not about, isn't the game about winning? Isn't that we're taught when we're little kids, no matter what sport we win, right? And I know it's about playing fair and sportsmanship and all that shit. But at the end of the day, stats are fucking for losers. Didn't I learn that when I was a kid? That it's all about the team? And it's not about the individual. Am I wrong? Will you guys, is that just a Canadian thing or a hockey thing?
We're talking about the Hall of Fame, though. You've got to put up some stats. To me...
Some stats. So to me, you're saying because Chris Osgood's goals, I get it that you look into it and there's going to be categories that aren't shiny, but the fact 400 to get to 400 and have 3 cups that you backstop too, especially the last one where you came in relief in the friggin' first series. To me, I don't understand what the criteria is other than it's different strokes for different folks.
Well, should he be in? Sure, he should. But you know what? I know that we're all Red Wings fans, and I know that you guys aren't going to want to hear this. I want to see you guys pounding the table for Corey Crawford when he's eligible, if you want to put Chris Osgood in. No. Because he's got a much...
How many wins does Corey Crawford have?
He's got 2.
What?
2.
No.
2 cups.
That's...
No, okay, 2 cups, 260.
That's not 400.
Higher save percentage. He's top 15.
140 wins. That's boom, 80 games a year to whatever like that. No, that's not 400, Sam.
But you act like Corey Crawford is like blasphemy.
I didn't
just
act
saying
like
that their resumes are more similar
when you're
than you
talking
think.
about Chris Osgood.
Maybe they should both.
Corey Crawford has a. If Corey Crawford got in before Chris Osgood, somebody gonna get beat.
They should both get in.
What about Carey Price?
I'm not saying that he shouldn't, but you can't sit here and go Corey Crawford when you just bypass Chris Osgood.
I'm not bypassing.
Corey Crawford's half of Chris Osgood.
Half of Chris Osgood.
He's got. If we're talking
one
about
less cup and a. What's 150 less wins? Like, don't even get there. Because here's the thing. You say Chris Osgood, I say Lou Whitaker's more snubbed. To what is allowed in baseball, go look at the Hall of Fame in baseball. And at least there's a little bit more, barely, in the Hockey Hall of Fame, but it seems that not everybody gets in. Obviously, Chris Osgood's not in, so everybody doesn't get in. But Lou Whitaker, after all this time...
Again, when it comes to Lou Whitaker, I'm not saying he shouldn't be in, but I want to hear you guys pounding the table just as hard for a guy that us Detroit Tigers fans don't like as much, Prince Fielder. I think that Prince Fielder has a much better case than Lou Whitaker. I think that they both could necessarily
Did Prince Fielder win a World Series?
No.
Oh, well, there you go. Was he part of the greatest double play combination in
I don't care about defense. I don't care about double play combination.
That's not part of baseball. Is double plays part of baseball? And if I go to the Hall of Fame, do I not want to know who turned over 2,000 of them?
Defense is the least important thing in baseball. It's way less important than pitching and hitting. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Prince Fielder is much more deserving than Lou Whitaker.
Yeah, you know what?
5-time All-Star.
It certainly is. Do you remember the San Francisco World Series? Yes. Were you old enough when we couldn't feel the fucking ball from the pitching mound that cost us the series?
Madison Bumgarner didn't have anything to do with that? I'm just saying. It wasn't. Defense is overrated in baseball.
Did anybody watch? Did anybody, the errors we made from the pitcher position on balls that did not make it past the pitching? Am I losing it? Am I on a freaking multiverse
They couldn't
shit?
hit either, though. That's the thing. It was a combination of errors. I'm just saying that Lou Whitaker, I wouldn't be mad if he got in. Just this idea that he's like this biggest snub of all time. Oh, if you were on any other team but Detroit, everybody hates Detroit.
I'm going by the numbers. I'm going by what I see to everybody else getting into what it meant to the generation, to whatever the duration that they played together. There's something there. If I don't know, isn't the Hall of Fame for people 100 or 200 years from now that don't even know? Like, I already have a problem with the baseball because they should have asterisks to tell the story. If you omit history, right? And I just think that it's that these like this. I don't understand why.
And he has the same amount of All-Star appearances as Torrey Hunter. And I know that nobody's pounding the table for Torrey Hunter being in the Hall of Fame.
I don't understand, right? So it's the same thing. It's like it was all this time. I thought once Alan Trammell got in, it's almost like two peas in a pod, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You don't get it just because your buddy
I don't know.
got in.
Okay, I guess your criteria, obviously, the moniker, the legend killer, you can't get by that door.
Yeah,
the
we
Chris
know you
Osgood
don't like
one.
defense, Sam.
The Chris Osgood one is absolutely 400.
If Carey Price gets in and Chris Osgood doesn't, oh my god.
They should both
Carey
be
Price
in.
is going to get in
They should both
first ballot.
Yeah.
Right?
Because he's
but
better than
Carey
Chris
Price,
Osgood.
to his defense, has world championships and Canada Cup and gold, and that means something in the voting.
Yeah.
But he's viewed different. You're right, Spencer. I'm going by whatever else. And if you're going by strictly on the save percentage, that wasn't what it was about.
Yeah.
It's not all about save percentage, but I
wish it was about wins and about cups.
I'm just looking at the reason why he hasn't been voted in. Do I think he should be in? Probably, but it's not as slam dunk of a case as, say, like Dominic Hasek or something like that.
But Rakey does. Rake says Chris Osgood doesn't get in because he doesn't have the offensive numbers. He's got a goal. He scored a goal. Like, come on, man. It's a goalie that scored a goal with 3 cups and 400 wins.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it, mic drop on that one. What are we doing here?
Corey
Anyways,
Crawford, Hall of
I know what I'm doing. Bethany, I'm coming over after. Anyway.